Hello, everyone. And now, something I've seen many people say is a bad thing, is something that a game shouldn't ever be, is linear. I see many people complain about this and about a game being linear, and it kind of seems like people are saying that all games should be non-linear, which I don't agree with. Now, I love games being non-linear. Hell, personally, one of my favorite things to do in games is exploring and taking my time, like in Fallout, Skyrim, GTA 5, Saints Row, Red Dead Redemption. Just not doing the main quest and just running around the world. That's really my favorite thing. However, I don't hate linear games. I love Call of Duty, I love Halo, I love Dark Souls 2, Bioshock, and I have even heard Outlast is linear, and that's like my favorite horror game ever. I do not know why people are saying that a game having a certain path that you have to go down and all that, have like the player has to follow, is a bad thing. Other than people just being like, well, it's the same thing every time you play the game. Which, even then, I don't understand this, because you will most likely not play the same game over and over again right away. You would play it, and then you would wait a long while before playing it again. Like, you won't play it for a long while. That's really what I do with every single game. Like, I play it, and then it's a while before I play it again. So, when I play it, I'm not doing the exact same thing. It's like, okay, I'm experiencing everything again. Now, I know player freedom is a very important thing to have in games. However, a game being linear and having a certain path that the developers want the player to go down is not a bad thing to have. Honestly, in my opinion, a game being linear honestly makes playing a non-linear game a little bit better and a little bit more fun, because then you can do whatever you want. You don't have to just follow the story. You can go out and do whatever, and things can be different on different playthroughs. And that honestly makes non-linear games better, because after playing linear games, you go to a non-linear game and you can do whatever you want. Now, I love linear games, and I have no issue that a game has a certain path that I have to go down, rather than every game being non-linear. And in my opinion, some games being linear, some games being non-linear is a nice balance to have for games, simply because, and there are some games like Skyrim, for example, which is non-linear, but some moments in the story that it really breaks off when like you finally do it, because I know there's one moment in Skyrim where, like in the main quest, where it's supposed to be the first time you see, I never know how to pronounce these guys. It's like Faramir, like basically what the snow elves became. I never know how to pronounce it, but like there's a mission where that's supposed to be the quote unquote first time you see it, because they build it up. But by that time, I've seen them and fought them over and over again. So it's like, that kind of ruined the suspense that Bethesda did with that entire moment, because I already know who it is. I already fought them, but you're building up this suspense, like, oh, who could it be? Like, you have all these journals being like, oh, there's creatures down here, we don't know who they are, and it's like, I've always fought them many times while playing Skyrim. So there are some downsides of being non-linear. Either way, a game being linear is not a bad thing and all that. And in my opinion, there's some games that are better being non-linear. Like Call of Duty is better being non-linear. Bioshock is. Halo is. And frankly, I would rather those games stay linear than being non-linear and all that. Because, frankly, that's how they've always been. And also, I like games being linear. I like having one path that I have to go down with some games. Some games I like just having one path that I have to go down, and I don't have a bunch of options. Some games I like that. Anyway, that's all for this video. I just wanted to say, a game being linear is not a bad thing. Stop saying that it is. Because there are some games that being linear is actually better than being non-linear.